We begin tonight with breaking news as former President Jimmy Carter has died. Good evening. You're watching the only local news all weekend long. I'm Aaron Dixon. According to the Carter Center, the former president died at his home in Plains, Georgia today. He was 100. He had been in hospice care since 2023. Tonight, reaction pouring in on the impact he left. Carter, a Democrat who was 52 when he entered the Oval Office, served a chaotic 4 years in the White House, marred by the Iran hostage crisis, oil shortages, and high inflation. In the ensuing decades, Carter rehabilitated his public image as he devoted his post-presidency to humanitarian causes. Carter and his wife, Rosalind, would found the Carter Center in Atlanta and spend the next 40 years advocating for peace, democracy, and human rights. Karen Travers has a story.
When Americans elected Jimmy Carter the 39th president of the United States, it was a vote for something new.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
James Earl Carter was born in Plains, Georgia, October 1st, 1924. In 1946, he graduated near the top of his class at the U.S. Naval Academy, married Rosalind Smith, and served on the nation's developing nuclear submarine program. He returned to Georgia to run the family business, a peanut farm, and launched a political career that took him from the local school board to the governor's mansion.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
Then, in 1976,
my name is Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president.
Carter defeated Gerald Ford in a race for the Oval Office. Carter's single term was marked by a lagging economy and a nationwide energy shortage. Inflation climbed to 15% in 1980, and Carter's approval rating plunged. He blamed the nation's problems on what he called a malaise in the American spirit.
It is a crisis that strikes at the very heart and soul and spirit of our national will.
Internationally, President Carter was influential in efforts to make peace in the Middle East, encouraging a treaty between Israel and Egypt with the Camp David Accords. But the event that seemed to doom his presidency was the taking of 52 American hostages at the U.S. Embassy in Iran. They were held for 444 days, released just hours after Carter left office. Yet Carter launched a post-presidency that many would consider more productive than his 4 years in office. In 1981, he established the Carter Center, sponsoring programs to promote human rights in the Third World and monitoring elections in developing democracies. The former president and his wife volunteered their time and energy building low-income housing for Habitat for Humanity. In 1997, Carter was asked about his legacy.
But I would hope that 50 years from now, whatever, that people would associate the words peace and human rights with my name.
It was this work that in 1999 earned him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and in 2002, the Nobel Peace Prize, leaving many Americans remembering him best for his achievements after the White House. Karen Travers, ABC News.
Across the country, an outpouring of love and admiration towards former President Carter. The White House lowering their flag to half-staff today to honor his life. President Joe Biden releasing a statement saying today, America and the world lost an extraordinary leader, statesman, and humanitarian. Over 6 decades, we had the honor of calling Jimmy Carter a dear friend. But what's extraordinary about Jimmy Carter, though, is that millions of people throughout America and the world who never met him thought of him as a dear friend as well. The organization the former president and his wife poured most of their life into, Habitat for Humanity, saying President Jimmy Carter was a true friend to Habitat for Humanity and worked so tirelessly to make the world a better place. He helped families build and repair homes, shone a light on the tremendous global need for decent and affordable shelter, and brought hope and opportunity to communities around the world. Carter won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002 for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. Senator from Alabama, Tommy Tuberville, taking the social media platform X, saying President Carter dedicated his life to serving his community and country. Suzanne and I are praying for his family and friends. Alabama Congresswoman Terry Sewell taking to X, posting a picture of her and the former president, saying President Jimmy Carter was a remarkable leader and humanitarian who dedicated his life to public service. He leaves behind an extraordinary legacy of humility and compassion that continues to inspire Americans of every background. May he rest in peace.